Welcome to our last week of class. Like Sister Nakin said, I feel a little bit sad because this has been such a learning experience for me, teaching, and things that I've learned, not necessarily about technology maybe, but just what the Spirit has confirmed over and over again, that this is what we're supposed to be doing right now. And I am just so thankful for all of you for your willingness and your cheerful, positive attitude, because I know sometimes it's a little difficult. But you guys are pioneers in your families, and you're doing this, and I'm just excited to share it with you. So today, like we've talked about, and I've told you, today's all about video. And video is a powerful tool for good. We talked about visuals and about photos and images, and we've learned how to make those. And they are important and they are really good, but take it one step further and add music and actual live things, and it really just boosts the spirit. Okay, so I just said that. So videos can bring the spirit and also share goodness in ways that photos or images may not. We know that music is one of the great ways that we can feel the Spirit, and this is a great time. I'm so excited. I don't think it's an accident. I think it's very interesting that this last class ended right before General Conference and right before Easter, because it just feels like everything just kind of naturally, this is what we're supposed to be doing, is testifying of Christ with the things that we're learning. So I'm going to start with a video, of course, because that is what this is all about. And you probably have already seen this, but I just wanted to show it to you again. This is the one right now on Mormon.org, the hashtag Because He Lives. And just pay attention to the spirit that you feel just by, there's no talking in this video even. It's just words, music, and imagery. That's it. And to me, it is absolutely amazing how powerful we can feel the Spirit of Christ just watching this. Now, think of how it affects you, but also be thinking of people that you can share this with. Whether they are members, they might be members of your family, and you just want to boost their Easter experience and their testimony, or it might be somebody that is not of our faith, that we can share our testimony of Jesus Christ, or it might be somebody that has maybe stopped coming to church and they're feeling a little bit, there are a lot of people right now that are going through hard things, and this right here can definitely help us. So we're going to push play and hope that this turns the way it's supposed to. Okay, there we go. Good job. Okay. Let's talk about that for just a minute. What were some of the feelings that you felt as you watched this? Go ahead and talk. I know I didn't say hold comments, did I this time? I'm saying go ahead and talk. Just shout it out. What did you feel when you saw that?
Happiness, peace.
Hope.
It doesn't matter where you've been. He's still there for you.
Exactly. Don't you love that? Happiness, peace, hope. It doesn't matter where you've been.
And it doesn't matter what religion. I love how that reached out to
Exactly, to everybody, all over the world. Everybody can benefit from this. And like I said, be thinking of who you can share that with, because we have been asked as members of the church to share and to be bold and to be brave and to share our knowledge, our testimonies, and the church has given so many things that we can do to share it with others. On Mormon.org, this Because He Lives, there are 3 different invitations that they have, and I love this. And I was saying, at this Easter season and General Conference, we can help others through social media too, and I'm going to mention 3 things that Mormon.org has challenged us to do, okay? Discover Jesus Christ by talking with them. That means the people that you can share in your circle of influence. Remember, we talked about that, with them about Him. Focus your conversations on the truth that He lives and that He can help us in our daily lives, okay? So the word is discover. Your friends and your family can't discover it unless you share it, right? They're not going to know about it. The next word is embrace. Embrace the gift of Jesus Christ by inviting them to learn more about the restored gospel. Key word is embrace, but also inviting and learning, okay? So that is something that we can help our friends and our loved ones with. And last, share Jesus Christ by asking them to invite others to learn more of the restored gospel. So do you see the domino effect? If we don't start it, then how is it going to flood the earth? That's our whole goal, right? So it starts with us. And each one of us has our own circle of influence. I talked about this on week 1, 3 months ago. And our circle of influence, hopefully through this course, you have been getting names and ideas pop into your mind with who you can be sharing with. Because as we prayerfully ask Heavenly Father who we can invite and who they can invite, it will just, to me, this is what is part of the signs of the times, the last days, when we say that, I mean, you know, the scriptures tell us that the gospel will reach every corner of the earth. And with technology, it's a lot easier than, for how many years did we say, you know, oh, China's going to open up, and, you know, all of these, you know, for missionaries. Well, guess what? If you think about it, it is already open because they have technology. Not everybody, I understand that, but those that do, this is how we are flooding the earth. Okay, so these are my top favorite apps for using video, and they're all a little bit different. Last week I mentioned probably the most powerful and the most expensive is Video Shop, and I'm going to show you how to go through that and exactly what it can do, and we'll build our own little video. But I did want to tell you, and in your handout it tells you if it's for iPhone, if it's for Android, and then what the ability is of the app. So like for Bubble Frame, the first one, and that's what I showed you at the very end last week. Remember, it was the background and then the little video inside. That app gives you the ability to put an already recorded video in. So it doesn't have the ability to record video or create the video. It just has the ability to put it in. Okay, so if you want to have a pretty background or you want to have a different shape or something, that's what Bubble Frame is. The next one is Party Party. And I think I called it Party last week because I do feel like it's a big party. I love it. So much fun. But what it is it's a really easy one to just put in photos, still life photos, and you can create it's called stop motion animation, but it turns into a video and it saves it as a video file. It doesn't allow you to add music, neither does Bubble Frame, but it is really easy to use, and if you get intimidated or anything, this is a really easy one to work with. The next one is Video Shop. Oh, sorry, it's Flipagram. I was kidding. And that one is for iPhone and Android, and you are able to add photos to create video. So again, it's not actually recording video or anything, but your photos make a video, and you can use music and filters. So that one is a music one. Video Shop is probably the most comprehensive one that I found. It can let you do basically anything. I'm quite amazed with how powerful of a little app it is. The one thing that I did find though, because it can do so much, it overloads your processor on your phone and your tablet, and so don't go so crazy and think, I'm going to do an hour-long video for our family reunion, and it will just slow things down on your phone. So just kind of play with it and see what your limitations are. Remember, it still is a phone or a tablet, it's not our desktop. But you can trim videos. So in other words, if you already have a video that you've taken, and you say, oh, I only want part of it here, you can actually go in there and trim it. That's pretty amazing. You can add music from your music library, sound effects, slow motion, fast motion. You can adjust the display with the contrast and the saturation and the brightness. You can merge and combine clips together, which that's so amazing. You can put your own text on it with different fonts. You can add voiceover, so like if it's just it's just some photos and you're making the video, you can talk. Which to me, I was like, hey, how fun is that? Like, send a little video to your grandkids or to your kids or something, and they can hear your voice, and you're capturing it. It's awesome. You can do animated titles. There are filters, transitions, stop motion, resize, reverse copy. I mean, really, it is just a fun tool. And I'll take you into it and show you every single aspect, because when I found it, I was like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm so excited. And then the last one is called Pick, Play, Post. And this one is a fun one where you can see how it's kind of divided. It's actually a collage app. So you know how we did little collages? But in the collages, you can have either photos or videos. So you can have like several little videos, and you can actually time it to where they all start at different times, and it's really kind of cool. So I just wanted to let you know about that one. That one is also for iPhone and Android as well. So those are just suggestions. It's not run out and get them exactly, but I just wanted to let you know what is out there and what tools are in your hands that you can be creating your own Easter or general conference videos. Now, a word about recording. When you have your phone and you're actually, let's say, okay, for instance, my daughter got her mission call on Monday night, out of all places. And I do have to tell you this little story. She was supposed to get it, I mean, you say supposed to, and really it's all the Lord's timing. We thought that she would get it on Friday. Didn't get it. Thought she would get it on Saturday. Didn't get it. Sunday, she was basically beside herself. And I just kept saying, it's all, and I told her, I said, in 20 years, it's not going to matter when you got it. It's going to matter how you grow, right? So it's okay. So Monday, she decided she was going to fast. And she said that, and usually she's in the dorms, and so they call in the morning. And Monday morning came, still nothing. She was like, okay, I'm going to fast for patience, because apparently Heavenly Father wants me to learn patience. So she at the end, right before dinner, she knelt down to break her fast, and she said, Heavenly Father, whatever is thy will, I can do it. If it's 2 more weeks, I can do it. And right then she got the phone call came, and they said, it's here, which, I mean, to call it at dinner time is kind of crazy. So she ran over and got it, called us, we hurried up and told all the family, come over, it's so exciting. And so, of course, we wanted to video that special experience, because I didn't know how I would react to Gilbert, Arizona, which is where my whole family is from. I mean, we were just shocked. I thought she was joking. And in the video, my husband and I both have to go over and look at it, because we're like, are you kidding us? This is crazy. So that was something we definitely wanted to video. So we had, at the time, my whole family's down there, like I said. We were FaceTiming. I had my mom on my phone. Jeff had my sister. Tally had my other sister. And we were all FaceTiming, so we had one of her friends videoing it. And then she was able to, remember, we learned airdrop. She airdropped it to everybody afterwards, so we all had the video. And she did it in 3 increments, so they're not too long, and we were able to share it. This young, tech-savvy girl did exactly what we learned in this class. So I was able to, and I'll show it to you a little bit, because it is pretty exciting. But I was able to go in and trim it, because parts of it she's, talking and flipping her head around and, all that stuff. And I just wanted just the part where she says it, and then our reaction and everything. So we trimmed it and stuff. But the recording part is the important part. If you want to capture the video, you got to know where to record, right? So I'm going to show you on an iPhone, and I know that on a tablet it's pretty much the same. You would go to your
I've recorded
camera.
it, but I don't know what to do with it now.
Okay, and that's the thing. We're going to start from the very beginning. In fact, I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to get to my home. I'm going to turn off my phone. And now watch when it shows right here on the very, very bottom. See that little camera? If you are like, oh, I don't want to miss this, you swipe up on that camera and it is right there for you. Okay? Then you can, right here I've got it set on square, but you would scroll over to video and you would tap that and then you would say, okay, I'm videoing you guys, so say hi.
Hi.
See, isn't that fun? And now I tap that, and that's all that I would do, and it's saved. I don't have to save it or anything. It's saved automatically on my camera roll, so you know that that's where your video is, okay? So when it's time to access, that's where you'll be able to get it. That is kind of weird when you're looking all over the place. Okay, so now I'm going to go into, I think I've got us down for, I have us down for the tutorial for Flipagram first, but I'm going to go to Video Shop right now. We're going to skip over because I just want to show you this to you. And then we'll go back to Flipagram because this one is, I just want to show this to you. Okay.
I know.
So Video Shop, you would go in and tap the little icon. And when you go into Video Shop, all the other ones that, that I've created are here. And if you want to add something, the very top plus is where you would go in and you would add. This means you're going to start a new project, okay? Now notice there are two different icons. There's a record icon, which means if you wanted to record right from the app, you could press that and we could video. Or you can go into the album, which is going to access the videos and the photos that are on your
I keep trying to decide if it's me or somebody else. It's not me.
It's okay. It's technology class. It's okay. We understand. So watch if I tap on the album, it lets you go to all, which would mean that it would kind of show you all of your photos and your videos, or if you just want to say, now I can't remember which one was the actual video. You could tap on video, which is where it went automatically, or you could go to photos. So if I did photos, this is just the photos right here. So if I wanted to go and I wanted to create this thing from my daughter's, I started kind of doing this because I wanted to make, she asked me to send her the video and I wanted to send it to her with pictures of her when she was little and little things that said call to serve, and I just wanted to create something a little bit more than just the here's my call. So I know that this, oh, I do have this today. That's right, okay, I'm so excited. Okay, this video right here, it says it's 1 minute and 14 seconds, and this is the one where she actually she says her call. Now, I don't want the whole minute, so I'm going to still tap on that because I know I want to trim it. Then I want to go over on the top to my photos, and I'm going to grab some photos that I already have. I've got Call to Serve that I did in the Rana Designs app, and then I've just got some photos of her whole life. And all I'm doing is tapping on these to grab, to make sure that they're kind of brought into the process. So when I've got everything that I want, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, 6, 7 photos, 1 video, I hit done, and now look at what happens. It's going to export, and right now it's exporting the actual video, so it's going to take a little bit longer. There it goes, and now it's going to export the photos, and then it takes me into my workspace, okay? And this is so much fun. I just can't even believe what we can do. I'm going to take you through the toolbar at the bottom, this one that says text and voice and all that, okay? If I wanted to add text to this and say, was that really loud? Okay. If I wanted to say text, it kind of goes out if I talk too loud. I get excited. Then I would tap on text, and it would bring up its own little editing process. I would double tap, and I could say something like, I could say call to serve. Now, it gives you all of these little fonts over here. I could do a fancy font if I wanted to. I could change the color to red. I could change it to pink. Pink's her favorite color, so I'll do that. Well, maybe not today. It was a couple days ago. She changes all the time. So when I'm done with that, I would say done. And then I could move it around. I could say up here, call to serve. If I want to, remember this is video, and so do you see the little thing that says fade on and off? You know how when you watch a video and it kind of fades on like that, you're able to access that as well. So I want it to kind of fade on, so it says fade. This little timer right here, right now it says the default on this is every slide or every little piece that you add is about 0.2 seconds. So it kind of flows. If you want it longer, you would make the adjustment and you would go in and say, I want it to about 0.03 seconds, okay? All these things that you can do. Now the thing is that you cannot do, which is a little bit frustrating for me sometimes, is that text is what you get. You can't make it bigger or anything like that, which is okay because it's on a video and it's going to be 0.02 seconds or 0.03 seconds, so it's okay. But when you're finished, you tap done. And now, if you'll notice, that little text thing right there, we know we already set it to being 0.03 seconds. If I wanted to go later in my video, I could put it, I want it right here instead. So you can even change it as you're going along. Isn't that amazing? If I wanted to voice over right now, this would just be the record button, and I would voice over and say, Jay has got her call, or something like that. It's video right now, so I don't know if I would do that. But right now, I know I want to trim this because it is so long. So I'm going to tap the trim right there, okay? So as I tap this tool, it says the feature cannot be applied to text. Sorry, I need to hit done. And then on the very bottom, I need to tap so that it's highlighted saying this is the video part, and then I can trim it. So then it takes me to the trim part, okay? And this is where it will let me see every frame of the video and take out parts or add or something like that. So I know that for her it took a few minutes. It took a little while for her to open it. Do you see that? She's opening it and then she starts reading it, and I want it to be right about where she reads it. And then I can remember. My finger has to go on this.
Now, it won't get rid for good what you're trimming.
Once I hit trim and once I save it, it will, but not on my roll. I'll always have it. It's just in the video that I'm creating. Yeah, good question. Remember, you always have the original in your camera roll. Right now, I'm just editing it, and it will save a new one.
It will save its own entity.
So, okay, there it goes. All right, so I think it was around. Her head flips. Let's see. We go over and look and see. Are you kidding me?
That was the best part.
Okay, so I'm going to see how this is. And I've got it trimmed to where I think I want it, but now I want to check it. So I'm going to hit play. And remember, this is just a preview.
Dear Sister Fair, you are hereby called to serve in the ministry
Okay, that's
of the
good.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You are assigned to... You are assigned to labor in the Arizona Gilbert mission.
Yeah, for the screaming. Yay! So if I wanted to make it short, I could stop it right there, and I would say, okay, that's it. But the part where I jump in and sing, and then I come. So I know I want to stop it right there because that was about where I want to do it. So that was a good where I wanted to keep it. So up here I would say done, and that just trimmed it down to about, and it will tell me how many seconds that is. Waiting for it to trim. Okay. Once I start on this, let's see. I know that I want call to serve before the video, so I'm going to tap on that bottom image that I have, and I'm going to just, with my finger, hold it and move it over. Okay? So now that will be the, kind of the title page. Yeah, the first of it. But now notice it's a little bit funny right here. I created it in a square, and it's all cropped and stuff. So this is the very last tool, but I'm going to show it to you right now. At the very end, it says Settings, and this allows you to either do landscape, portrait, or square. And I know that I want this to be a square, and so I'm going to tap square, and now I say done. And now this will make sure that all the images that I have in now are square, but it still is not quite in there. So I need to resize it. So you'll notice the little resize right there. Right down there. I'm going to tap that, and then with my fingers I'm just going to pinch it and make it to where I want it right there, and then I can say done. Okay, but because I changed this and you notice that the video itself was not square, I need to go in and resize that as well. So I would go in, it's right there, I would say resize, and I want to get just up to her face. I want to just be able to see that right there. So again, done. So now I can go in with all of these different slides. I only have 6, I guess, but I want to put it a little bit. I couldn't find a baby picture really fast, so I'll have to go back and do that later. But if I wanted to get this little one of her when she was younger, a little bit before, right after that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Okay, sorry, I'm getting creative right here. I'm going to do the pictures first, and then at the very end, I'm going to do the video. Okay? So call to serve, and then I want to have her pictures when she's young, right there. I think the next one is this one with her cute little brother Soul. And then the next one was this. So do you see how with my finger, I have a lot of control on where it goes. Again, if I have one picture that I want to have on longer, I could go in there with the adjustment and say I want that one to be on for a whole second because I love that picture. Or, you know, just I've got a lot of ability to change things here. Again, I would have to go into each one and resize it just so that you've got the same, like a face isn't cut off or something. So I'm going to go here. That one looks like I want to go here closer. Say done. Go into each one. Can you believe what this does? Oh, poor little Tally's face is all cut off, so I'm just going to do that one. There we go. Okay. But this is all just your pinching of your finger and doing all this stuff, and this is something you can do wherever you have your phone. It's quite amazing. Okay, and then this one, she's going to kill me that I use this one, but I just think it's so cute. I just loved her and her braces and everything. And then this one of our family by the temple. I'm going to do this one when she was younger. Okay. Oh, and then this cute one of us. That was the most recent I could find, and that was still like 2 years ago. Okay, so now I'm going to push play, and I'm just going to show you what it's like from the very beginning, call to serve. And do you see how right now I have that text right there? That text tool is still on that first frame, but I want it back over to the video. So I'm going to, with my finger, do it right at the beginning of that video. Okay, so again, you've got the amazing ability to adjust. I'm going to hit done. And let's say that I wanted to add some music, okay? So if I wanted to do that, I would go over here to sound. And I would actually have to go to the very beginning of my video because I want it in I want the music there. And I'm going to tap sound. And then this brings up your music that's housed on your phone. So if you have any music on your playlist or anything like that, you can grab it. There are tracks, which means it's just kind of like music that you see in commercials or something like that, but you have to pay for it. That's why it's locked. Or you can do sounds, which my kids think are hilarious because some of the sounds are, you know, really funny, and they love to make their own little videos with this. So we're just going to go to music right now. Okay, so I'm going to tap music, and then it brings up my playlist that I have on my phone, and I've got my purchased or some of my favorites, and so I know that in my purchased. I just want to do, shoot, I thought I had call to serve on here. I have praise to the man. Praise to the man. We'll do praise to the man. Oh, but it's in my cloud, so I can't. Okay, let's see one that I have on my phone. Okay, I need the every hour. Now, this one isn't really, probably won't put it on there, but I just want to show you how this works. You've got the start time of your music, and you've got the stop time. This video isn't going to be as long as the whole song, so it's just going to be a little section of it. So I want to find the section that I want. So with my finger, I would just go, and actually let's first hear, I'm going to push play to hear how it starts, okay? So it starts with the words, so I'm going to keep it on that. I like that. Now, this isn't a very long video, like I said, and so I want it to fade in and out, okay? So I'm going to fade right here, and I'm going to hit done. And let's see. There is the speaking at the very end, so I'll probably fade the music out right before that. But now that attached with the same thing right there. The music is right there. Isn't that amazing? So let's just see what we've created so far by pushing play. Okay, so I would go back over to my music, and I would tap into here, and I would say, oops, okay, sorry. Oh, they just want to keep singing. Okay, I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to see what it hit at about, what is that, about 14 seconds. Do you see it right there? So I know that that's when I want my music to fade out. So I'm going to go back, scroll over to my music, and tap on that. And then, how do I do this again? Okay, I go back into this. I select the song. Okay, that's how I did it. And then I need the every hour. And then this right here, I'm only going to say my stop time on the bottom right here. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going backwards in the song. And I'll go all the way to about, I'll say about 13 seconds. Okay, so now I've trimmed it. Now I'm going to say done. Now it has the music to right there. And now I'm going to say next. It's going to compile my video, and then I'll show you what the video looks like without all of this stuff right here. But can you believe that you can do that on your phone with videos and photos? It just amazes me what you can do. And in this video, in this tutorial on your handout, I have, I'm going to pause. I have step-by-step of every single one, because we didn't even go through the transitions and the filters and all that. I mean, there's so much in here. So step-by-step is in your handout when you want to do that. But I did want to show you this because it's kind of fun. At the very end, so I chose next, remember when it said compiling my video. This is the very, very last step before you actually save it. And this gives you the chance to add filters. A caution about this though, it adds a filter to the entire video. So if you already have some pieces that you don't want to have a filter to, then don't use it. But these themes right here are really fun because they're animated themes. So watch right here. So if I do the news one, it kind of gives you that right there. Okay, so think about it. I mean, for I Need the Every Hour, it doesn't quite go breaking news, but it's really fun because like look at this one right here. There's a title there, a title right there. All these different ones that you can bring. I hate to have that. The first one where it says Rana, that one would be the title. So you would tap title and you could say Jaya's Call or something like that. And then author is the one that's down there and you could just say, I don't think it has to be the author. It's just, you know, the date maybe. You could put the date on there or something like that. So that's where you tap it in. Now I don't want to have any of these.
There's a date at the end.
At the very end, oh yeah, it does have a date stamp, and it has a place stamp, so you can say, this is where we were when we did this. So when you're all done, and you think, okay, boom, I've got my video, that little arrow with the box is your export. You always end that, and this will give you the option to save low, medium, or high. Now what have I taught you in this class?
High.
Always highest, because you will be happier. It can go lower easily, but it can't go higher. So always save in high. A warning though, with video, and the longer you get, the more space it takes. If you want to text it, sometimes it'll be too long, or if you want to email or something, it might be a little bit too long. So just be aware of what you're creating. But look, you could put it on YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, right from here. If you want to save it in your camera roll so that you know where it is and you can go back, then you would hit photos, which goes in your camera roll. I always save one copy in there just because sometimes I'm like, wait, did I skip a step? Where is it saved? So that I know where it is, I usually will leave it in my camera roll. Okay, so it's saving my video, and now it's done. So your video has been sent to the camera roll, okay? And maybe later I'll rate that. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into my camera roll and say, no, wait, where was that? I'm going to go down here. There it is. So now, if I wanted to watch this, I wanted to show it to my family, or I wanted to send it to Jaya or something, I could say, okay, what is this? Little red eyes.
We're here by calls to serve as a mystery of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You're assigned to We're assigned to labor in the Arizona Gilbert mission.
The shaking of the camera, because we're all so excited. And so now I can send this to her, and she'll probably be like, "Oh, Mom, really, you had to do that?" But yes, I had to do that. So that's your video that you have. And now from your camera roll, remember at the, oh, it's not showing it. Let me do this. Oh,
Has a mind of its own.
it does have a mind of its own. Well, it's showing me, okay, there we go. It's showing me from here. I have that selected now. I tapped the little, I couldn't show you, but I tapped the little export, and look, I could message it right now. I could mail it. I could put it on YouTube. I could do that right from there. But watch what happens. If I were to message this might be too long, so if I went like this, and I said, I'm gonna text it to Jay. Oh, wait, I don't have her in there. I told you the story how she wants me to call her Fate, right? So when Fate's calling and I answer, she thinks she's so funny. So then if I were to text it right now to her and say send, it'll give me probably a warning. Oh, it didn't. So it's okay.
She's got it.
It will give you a warning if it's too long. And so then you'll be able to have another option of mailing it or something like that. If it's too long, again, you won't be able to do it. You would have to download it off of your phone. Facebook takes pretty long ones, and so you can upload it there. And when you upload onto Facebook, all you do, remember how we learned how to go on your wall and tap photos, it'll say photo/video, and you can just upload that from there. So can you believe that that is what we can do with our phones? Amazing. Now, I know that that was all about call to serve and stuff, but be thinking about what you could be doing for Easter right now. Let's go to Flipagram now. And we'll do a little Easter video type of thing, and we'll add some music to it, okay? So Flipagram is, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, did anybody get Flipagram? I think it's free. Isn't it free?
It's free.
Okay, it's free. The reason it's free is because there is a watermark that says Flipagram on it, and it's like smack dab in the corner. If you want that off, then you pay $1.99. That's how they do it. So I've got the free version. I didn't upgrade. I don't use it that much, but I did want to show you that this one is pretty easy. Now remember, Video Shop is the whole enchilada. You got everything there, and it's a little overwhelming. If you're thinking, oh, I'll never even open that, that's too much, then this is a little bit simpler, okay? And you can still add music. So I don't want that one. Okay. So really simple. Remember, whenever you see a plus sign, that's always how you're going to add things. So that's usually your little sign that's how you're going to start this. So I'm going to hit my plus sign again. And this actually talks to Instagram. So like if you wanted to make a little slideshow of your whole month of Instagrams, you could tap your Instagram, and it brings up everything that you've posted, and then you could select that. Isn't that pretty cool? So it'll just kind of grab from your Instagram. But I know that I want to go to all of my photos. See, it would actually do Facebook too. I didn't connect it, but you could if that's where you wanted to grab something for your video. But I want to go to all my photos, which is on the bottom. So I'm going to grab that, and then this shows just all of the different photos that I have by date in my camera roll. Remember, this one does not grab video. So this is not one where if you've taken a video, you can't use it in this. This is just still life photos. So let's create an Easter one, okay? And I've already got, prior to this, I downloaded images of Christ and Easter from LDS Media Library, like we learned how to do that. So all of these photos will be in different formats and everything, and I'll show you how to resize them. And then I also created some, I took some of those words from Because He Lives, and I put them on images. So I know that I want to grab all of that, but all I have to do is I just have to tap the ones that I want to use, okay? And remember, it doesn't matter about order right now. It just, right now you're just grabbing. So I'm going to go back down. I'm going to find the different, let's see, He Is Here. I know I want that one. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, I'm not seeing the other ones that I wanted. Let's see here. It's not. Oh, select all from yesterday. Maybe that's it. No? Still, that's not what I want. Okay, the other one. You guys are just doing so many fun things on your devices. I love it. Okay, this is for my other class I taught. Let's see. Right. Okay, here it is. Okay. His love never fails because he lived. But I still am missing some. That's interesting. Okay.
It's
Okay,
nice to know that you have some missing things sometimes.
Yeah, I'm looking at this going, I know they're there. See, that's, well, I'm going to say next. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say next because down at the bottom it says add moments. And so that will let me go back and hopefully I'll be able to find the ones that I want to use. Oh, it's still not doing it. It's very strange. That still is not what I want. Actually, I do want that he lives. I like that one. Okay, well, that's crazy. Again, this is a free version, so whenever you have a free version, there are a little bit, some bugs in it, so that might be what it is. But I still want to go back and I want to grab these because I like all these photos of Christ. And let's say that I do want to say, I want to add the discover, embrace, and share. And I want the he is here, both of those, he lives. And never forget, remember the image that we did last week? I'll grab that one. So I'm going to say next now. I've got 54 moments. Oh, because it grabbed, oh wait.
Well, you did it twice.
Yeah, well, and it grabbed some others when I hit the select.
Oh.
So if you go, oh, I don't want that one, you just sit and delete. It's not a big deal. But I do like that one. I'll keep that one there. Don't want that. Oh, there are far too many here. I'm going to go back and start over. Whenever you want to just say, okay, forget it, I want to erase what I did, you close out of your app that you had open, and then it doesn't remember things. So there, I can start over again. And I say, no, I want to discard, go back. Okay, let's go back to what we were doing. Tap the pictures that you do want. And then I know that I want to do the discover, embrace, share. And then he is here, because I want to start with it and end with that. So now I'm going to say next, so that's 14. So kind of the same thing before. With your finger, when you tap on it and move it around, that's how you can put it in order. So I want to have he is here marker. Have you guys seen this? On Mormon.org, along with the video, they have a marker that you can print out, and then one of the challenges, remember we talked about photo challenges? One of their photo challenges is hashtag he is here, and you take the marker wherever you feel like Christ is with you. And so there have been, on the site, in fact, it's kind of a live feed, and whoever is putting the hashtags in, you can see people from all over the world they've cut out the little marker, or they're holding the paper. There are young women groups that are doing it. I saw some boards and families that were doing it. It's really cool. So I want to start out with this because I really like that. And then I want to look at the photos that I have, and I want to kind of put them in order. Okay? So I'm just going to look here. I think after that I want...
Do you tap it or just a little bit?
I've got my finger on it.
Okay.
I hold it like that so that, did you see how it kind of got bigger? And then I know that it's
Okay.
Able to move, and then I just go like this and then stop it. So I'm going to tap on the Christ with the orange background and watch what it does. See how it got just a little bit bigger? And that's how I know that I'm able to move it. So I'm going to go right here. I want to keep all those. I want to discover, embrace, and share together. And then I want he is here at the very end. So I'm going to grab that and go down to the bottom again, the very end. And now it's in about the order that I want. So I'm going to say next. And now, this is kind of like before, you've got the little play button, the preview button, where you're able to push it, and it will show you how long it is. It says right here that I've got 14 seconds. So this would actually fit on Instagram. 15 seconds is the longest that it will do. So this would be short enough that I could send it to somebody, I could post it, so that others could share it on Facebook. So right here, I'm going to tap preview because I'm going to make sure I like it. Looks pretty good. See how flipogram is on the bottom? That's the free thing. So I like that. I would say maybe a little bit, I want to add a song to it, and I think I want it to be a little bit slower, which means it'll be longer than 14 seconds. but I'm thinking that I want to share this on Facebook. So I'm going to go to speed, and this is kind of the same thing where it gives you the adjustments, and you've got the rabbit and the turtle over here. So I want it to go a little bit slower like the turtle, and that's about where I want. When I'm finished with that, I would hit done, but now I want to put the music to it, and this is going to depend on how fast I have them flip. So I'm going to go to my music, which is a lot like what we saw before. You can either find music, and they have some free random music things that they do. And then my music is what I want to go to. I would tap that, and I know that I want to do, let's see, Savior Redeemer. That's the one that I want to add, okay? So a lot like the other one where you're able to select the part of the music that it starts. With your finger, you would go in. Okay, that's hard to hear. Okay, I want it right when they sing. So do you see how it turned red right there? Wait, is that? Okay, so right where it turned red, right there. Okay. See, you just have to kind of play with each song. So that's a good beat, don't you think? I mean, that's not on the beat, but it's slow. I like that. Okay, so I would say done. And if I wanted to change the song, I could go down there and press the X, and then I could go back to another song. But I do like that, so I'm going to say done. But notice if you want to add a title right there, you could do that. So it still gives you the ability, just not as many abilities, just not as many features. So I would hit done. It gives you filters or editing with text, all of that. So it's kind of a watered down version. Do you see how that is? And then, oh, there she goes. Mom. And now if I'm finished with that, see it told me now that when I slowed it down, now it's 21 seconds. So I know it's too long to go on Instagram, but this would be a good size or a good length for Facebook. So I would say next. And I could go in and I could say a caption if I was going to post it. But I'm not going to post it right now. I'm just going to say done. And now this is where it lets you save different. You could post it to all these places, but I'm going to say I want to save it on my camera roll. Remember, whenever you see the dots or the lines or something, there's always more. And then you're able to, oh wow, look at that. They're adding new stuff all the time. You could add so many different things. Okay, that's not where I want to do it. I do want to do it on my, I forget, it changes. It says no thanks, I'll share later on the bottom, which means it saves in your camera roll. So you don't have to share it via social media to anybody, but you can, let me make sure we did that. Yeah, there it is. So it is in my camera roll. Okay, so just read what you see there. I mean, like I told you, that one, this particular app changes a lot of times, and I'm not quite sure why it's doing that.
What scares people my age is that I wouldn't have known that no, I'll share later would do that.
Right, and I wouldn't either. I just pressed it to see what happened, and so just start pressing things.
I would be afraid I'd lose the whole thing, and then I'd be really upset.
Well, and that does happen sometimes, and you go, oh man, I got to do it over again. But there are worse things. Yeah,
You will learn.
exactly, and you'll learn exactly. But remember, the only way that you can learn more is by pushing buttons. I mean, just start tapping and just get brave. You can do it. You can do it. I know you can.
It's
Okay.
harder to crash things now.
What?
I used to crash the computer all the time doing that. It's harder to crash things now.
It is harder to crash things.
It's easier for things to explore.
You're right, it is. And apps usually, I mean, if they crash, okay, it stinks, but it's an app, it's on your phone, you can do it, you can get your 10 minutes back or something.
How many, how long does Facebook allow you to do videos? What's the length?
Facebook, I think, is like 2 minutes.
Oh.
But it's always changing. Again, go and see what it is right now, because I know that they have a lot more they just have a lot more capacity and capability to put longer videos, and so I like that. And on Facebook, it is easy to share those videos. So if you create one of these, I can't wait to see it, and I'll hit that share, and I'll be sharing around. Wouldn't it be exciting? I just can't wait. So those are the two ones where you're actually creating those videos and you're adding music, okay? So I know that that's kind of a lot of information. We've got 5 more minutes, and I just quickly wanted to show you just briefly the other easier ones. Do you like how I did that hard one first, and then we went to the easier? Now I'll show you the easiest ones, okay? It's not hard at all. So this, I'm going to just show you Bubble Frame, okay? Because Bubble Frame is the one that I created last week that I showed you. And remember, this is the one that all it does is it just has the capability of putting a pre-recorded video in this project, I guess is what you'd call. So you just hit new project. The thing that I do like about this is there are just lots of shapes that you can use. So think about, these are templates that are already made, but think about all those little circles and having a video in each one. Or right in the middle, you had pictures of Christ all around, and in the middle you had a little video. I mean, there are just some creative things. This is more a creative tool that you can do here. I'm going to show you a really simple one where you just, on the empty canvas, you're going to just open that up. And on the very bottom it says fill canvas. And I want to fill it with a background, a pretty background, okay? So I'm going to tap that, and this will take me to, I could grab from my photo roll, or I could actually just put a video on this, and that's it. But that kind of takes the whole fun out of having the pretty background. So I'm going to get the photo that I know that I want from my photos. And I'm going to scroll through and find it. Where's my background? There it is. Okay, so here's a background that I like. When I could sit and pinch it and make it big and do all this stuff, but I like it right about there. So when I'm finished, I would tap crop. And this is the one that's called Bubble Frame. It's a collage frame. It's a collage app. And where you take your, I think I showed this before, where you take your finger and you start to open it to make a large circle. But it doesn't have to be just a circle. I can actually go in and make it to be an oblong. I could make it to be, kind of fiddle with that. Right now I'm just doing the shape. Down here on corners, I could make it a rounded corner. I could make it all the way square. I do like the circle, so I'm going to keep it there. Or if I don't want the border, I could also make it thicker or take it off all the way, just depending on the slider. So I'm going to keep it about right there. There is an automatic shadow on there, and on the bottom, if you want to take that off, you could too. But notice again, it's kind of hard to see, but it does say fill. So you would tap the bubble in there, and this is where you would actually put in your pre-recorded video. So I'm going to tap on video. And let's do that one that we just did. He is here. And I'm going to say choose. Now watch what happens. If it's too long, it's saying compressing video. This video is too long. So this particular app is basically a 15-second one. So I know that I would have to go in and make it a little bit. Oh, it's not showing it. How crazy. This is not playing nicely with my... Do you see what's happening on my phone? I'm able to have the bar and it's highlighted where I'm able to have my video, and so I can take it and move it all along, but it's not showing up on there for some reason. So I do want it to start with He is risen, and that's all I'll do. So I'll just say save, and then it puts it in there. So for this, I know that because it's a circle, it might cut off some faces, so I'm going to go up at the very top where it says adjust image, and I'm just going to squeeze it in a little bit. Oh, it didn't do much, did it? Okay, we'll see how that works. I'm going to say dismiss at the top, and then I can press play. And this is my preview. Okay, so you see that? So now, I forgot that I had the words in there, so I probably want to make it a square, and I could go back in and say stop, and go back into bubble style at the bottom, and I could make it into a square, and then I could say, okay, done. And then if I wanted to preview again, I could go and hit play and make sure, okay, looks good. And this actually loops over and over again, so again, you might not want to sometimes, you might like to. What I like is that you can add a background. I'm all about the pretty. I like that you can add something like that. And the fact that you can do different shapes, circles, and you can do multiple, just kind of a fun one. So I know that was a really fast one, but I would hit dismiss at the end, and then remember, whenever you see that little export box, you want to export that. And see, it says video length 15 seconds, and I could say, oh, lovely. It's like a little disco. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm not sure why that's doing it, that's kind
It's
of
just
funny.
downloading it? Is that
Yeah,
what
so this is doing, it's just telling you, I hit the export box again, because I was all done, and now this is doing it. And I think it's just because I'm plugged in. So I'm gonna hit the X because it's weird. Oh, it's just not doing it at all.
It's downloading.
Okay,
It's almost there.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, just leave it.
so come on, everyone, dance party, right? Break out.
It's like a silent movie.
Yeah, exactly, it's a silent movie. Okay, so then it tells you, and then it's done. It lets you say, see, again, you could directly from here, you could message it, email it. I'm gonna save my video in my camera roll, because I always like to make sure it's there, and then that's done. So that's Bubble Frame. Now, the two really easy ones,
Now
I'm
it
going,
says Flipgram on the bottom.
because that's what I created it in, remember?
Oh, I see.
created it
You
in
created
Flipagram.
the video.
Yes,
in
the- yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, so let's do Party Party. This one, no music. This is your basic, if you just want to kind of get to know how to do this. You can actually take photos while you're doing this, or down on the bottom where it has the grid, you can actually go in. Don't you love seeing yourselves, you guys? That's so much fun. You could go in and grab the different photos in your camera roll. But I wanted to mention right here where it says 4 photos. Right now, if I were to go into my camera roll on the grid, it would only allow me to pick 4 photos. So if I want to add more, I just tap on that 4 and it takes me to 9, 16, or that loop means I can add as many as I want. So I'm going to do that one right now, okay? So right now I know that I can select as many as I want. On the grid, I'm going to tap that. I'm going to go into my photos. Same thing as before, whichever ones I want, I'm just going to tap on it. And you know what? Now, this one I think is going to let me grab the ones that I do want. Yes, there they are. Okay, these are the words too, because he lives, that I did earlier. Or yeah, because he lives, right? I think I got all those pictures. I want this one here. Okay, so I'm going to say done. And like the other ones before, it will import all those photos. And then with your finger, you'll be able to adjust what order you want them in and stuff. So I know that I want to start out with, he is here. Go at the very top. Again, I'm just holding my finger on there so that it does that little, see, it kind of opens up a little bit, and then I know that it's able to move. And then I want to have a picture of, I'm going to do this one next, and then I want to say, let's see, I think I want to do this one next. This one next.
Rhonda, while you're doing that, so you just went into LDS.org, media, and then just saved it to your
Yep,
iPhone.
Exactly. Do you remember how we learned how to do that when you go there and you save it for mobile, tablet, or
Okay.
whatever? I just went and picked my favorite ones for Easter that I wanted, so all of you guys can do that.
Okay,
And then you can make, you don't have to make little, little things in Rhonda Designs if you don't want to. You could just do a Christ one,
Okay,
strictly
but
Christ.
that puts us, that makes it available then to draw from it and create the things you've done today.
Exactly, exactly.
And same thing with Rhonda Designs. Do I go in there and down and choose your backgrounds?
You could do that if you wanted, but remember, Rhonda Designs is the one that you put text and designs on. You don't put a photo on a
Okay.
background. That's what Bubble Frame was for. I know, there are
Okay.
all these things. That's why, make that list of your favorite apps that you use,
Okay.
and you start getting used to it. So I'm going to start adding text in between.
These are ones you did in Rhonda Designs though.
Yes, these are the ones I did, yeah. With the words, with the text and
Right.
everything. Yep.
And then you just add them in. They're already created, so
Yep.
now you're just drawing them together.
Exactly. Yep. And I want to have this at the very end and this here, and that looks good. Okay, so this one is not a music one. This is just grabbing it. I hit the little arrow, and then it lets you adjust the speed. I like it a little bit slower so you can read it. The speed right
it's
there.
still a little
Yeah.
fast to read.
And then, remember, because this doesn't have music in it, that doesn't mean that you can't add it in Video Shop. You could still import this video
Okay.
in there and then add music. So there are ways to kind of go around it. I really think this one is just easy to do. My little nephew, who's 3, like makes little flipograms. He'll take pictures of his brothers and sisters and make these. He thinks it's hilarious. But I mean, this is just a really, really quite easy one to do. Then I would hit my arrow again. And then it lets you do different little filters and things like that. But I'm done. I like how it is. And so that little box again, remember the export box, I'm going to grab that and it's exporting it. And this will, it is different. Every app is different the way it's saved. So you just got to read and see what it is. This one, you didn't even know that it already saved on your camera roll. It doesn't, it's very, well, actually it does. It says your stop motion has been saved as a video to your camera roll. So just read what's on the end. And remember, if you see an arrow, a little box with the arrow, that's usually your export. If you see the little dots or the little lines, that means there's more. Just look around and explore what you've got. Okay?
What is GIF?
We're not even going to go there. That's advanced. Just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
That'll be the next 12-week course. No, that's another kind of file that's, yes, we.
This is enough.
Okay, so I know that that is a lot of information, and I know that sometimes it feels a little bit daunting, but I want to end the class with bringing it full circle back to what we talked about at the very beginning about technology. This quote is from Elder Scott, and I found it, these last few quotes, well, I'm going to go through them. Exciting things are happening all the time. Like, it seems like every single day new things are coming out, new apps are coming out, new talks from our general authorities and from the prophet. It just seems like we're getting so much information. And don't forget that it is exciting and interesting times that we live in. And so just keep up with the things that are going on. LDS.org is the best place to see what's going on with the church. So he says, depending on how technology is used, these advances can be blessings or a deterrent. We've talked about that. We're focusing on the blessings, right? Technology, when understood and used for righteous purposes, need not be a threat, but rather an enhancement to spiritual communication. I think it's so important for us to be fearless and not get scared. It can be a threat, but we're not going to let it be a threat, right? We are going to be, it says later, we're going to be warriors. I'm so excited. Because it can enhance our spiritual communication. When used with discipline, this technology can be a tool of protection from the worst of society. I love that he pointed that out. Sometimes we look at technology as a tool for bad, but he says right there it can be used, when used properly, as a tool of protection. I know that's true. I have felt it. And that's one of the blessings that I feel like we have all received in this class, is that we have been learning how to use these tools, and the Spirit is helping us, and we are being protected. This was a quote that was just in our last recent first conference of general session, women's session, from Sister Esplin, that really hit home to me. She says, we must find quiet moments to seek greater light and truth. When we receive it, it is our responsibility to live it, to share it, and to defend it. So sisters, remember, that's what this is all about. That's why you came to this class. That's why you're trying to learn the technology. Not trying, you are learning the technology. You're learning how to use these tools because we have been called and we've been given that mandate right now, all of us, to live it, to share it, and to defend it. To me, that was one of the big things I heard in women's session was, it is time to defend it. So Sister Oscarson ended and she said, we have opportunities and possibilities which no other generation of women has had in the world. Let us help build the kingdom of God by standing boldly and being defenders. The Lord needs us to be brave, steadfast, and immovable warriors. I love that. To me, that is exciting. That just says, okay, we are on the battlefront, we are on the front lines, and we are ready. We are ready to prepare the earth for the second coming. She says, who will defend his plan and teach upcoming generations his truth. That is our responsibility. The upcoming generations are our responsibility. And they will listen to us when we lovingly and with the Spirit and kindly guide them. Not forcing. Remember, it's not about force. It's about testifying and teaching them and filling them with truth and light. And I testify to you that this is what we are supposed to be doing right now. I know that Heavenly Father has given us these tools, and that He trusts us with them, and He trusts our youth with them, and that He will give us the ability to learn this technology. So even if after 12 weeks you're thinking, this is too hard, ask Heavenly Father. He has promised that He will, through His apostle, remember at the very beginning we talked about what Elder Bednar said. He gave us an apostolic blessing and promise that we would have the abilities and the capabilities to do it. And I know that's true. I'm so incredibly excited for the days that we live in, and for this hastening of the work, and for us getting ready for the second coming. I love Jesus Christ. I know that He lives, and I know that He loves us. And because He lives, we can do the impossible. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Sorry for the squeaky voice.